Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another video. Alrighty, you guys. I am so sorry, honey. I am tardy for the party, okay? I said I was going live at 8:30, but here I am at 9:15. And usually I don't go live this late, but I am back, you guys. I am back with another video. If you are not subscribed, before we get into some things tonight, if you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that post notification, hit the subscribe button, thumbs up this live, and turn those hey bless highly and turn those post notifications on. That way you will be notified every single time I post, y'all. I am so sorry I'm late, honey. I'm gonna be quite honest. I sat here and I was like, you know what, let me get me a little nap in before I give the tea tonight, honey, and talk about some things. And child, I didn't wake back up, okay, until now. But nevertheless, we are here and we are going to get into it, honey. Bless Holly. Put the emoji like, yeah, child. Hey, hey, hey. All righty. So, child, it has there has been a lot going on these YouTube streets, honey. There has been a lot going on, and we are gonna go ahead and get into it, child. Today, we are going to catch up with Miss Keisha K. Lee. We are going to catch up with Miss Keisha, and we're going to see what has been going on with her and why her name has been. Hey, CC's life. Hey. Hey, Lady Devereaux. Hey, first baby mama. Hey. Thank y'all for joining me, honey. Thank y'all for hanging with me tonight. So I'm gonna try not to keep y'all too long. But yes, let's go ahead and get into it. So, last night, yes, it's too much, and it's so funny because last night, I was actually like, okay, I'm gonna catch up with Keisha because I watched her live stream the other night. I was like, let me just go ahead and do my little video and schedule my live, and boom, as soon as I said I was gonna go live today, Hazel went live yesterday. So we're gonna talk about all of that. Whew. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, if you all don't know, my girl Keisha, of course, the last time we talked about her, I think it was when the whole house situation happened. Everybody was dragging her and talking about her or whatever. So that's the last time we talked about her. But more recently, there have been some rumblings, honey. There have been some rumors on the YouTube street that Martin Lewis was going to enter into the Keisha Kaylee chat and give his perspective. Hey, Guyanese, how are you doing? Hey. But yes, so there have been rumors going around and people discussing Martin Lewis, entering the Keisha Kaylee chat, right? He had been writing everyone, trying to get everyone's perspective, everyone's side. And so people were first saying that, Keisha was getting him to come in. Hey, Naya Love, thank you for joining. But yeah, so people were speculating like, oh, Keisha's getting Martin Lewis to speak out for her because she wants him to drag Ashley. Keisha is paying him. It was all that conversation, all that hoopla. Okay, cool. And then there were also rumors that Paris Harley, her channel is no longer monetized and she doesn't have memberships anymore. And so there were rumblings that her channel or she has faced some type of repercussions for the Keisha Kaylee's whatever she called whatever she do on Keisha. Hey Tanisha, hey D, how you doing? How you doing? It's a lot, girl. It is a lot, honey. Hey, now I'm on for the first time in a while. Hey, ATL Lock Diva, thank you for joining. I know sometimes I be going ghost, but thank you for coming back and joining the live tonight. It says, let's pray first because the devil is truly busy. He is. I'm talking about he is. And I'm going to give my perspective, but Lord Jesus. So pretty much that's what everybody had been talking about, right? Everybody was like, what's going on with Paris' channel and why is Martin Lewis just now joining the drama, right? Cool. And so Keisha, she went live the other night. Hey, OC girl. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. And thank y'all for supporting me and joining in, okay? But yeah, so Keisha just went live to clear everything up. Now for the bulk of her live, she started off, just giving a background about why. Hey, Marilyn. Hey Sophie, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, honey. We're about to get into it. So for the most part on her live, she started off just telling us how Martin Lewis came into this and why he is just now, coming into the situation and wanted to do commentary on it. And she pretty much said that him and her, they were having a discussion. And this is just background. I'm gonna give the background and then I'm gonna talk about my perspective. So she pretty much said they were just having a discussion. He was seeing, everything that's going on with her and how she was getting drugged. D says Martin has the girls ready to tussle. Okay. Okay. Girl, the girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. They are ready to come out swinging. Okay. But yeah, so she pretty much said they were just having a discussion. They were talking about how she was getting drugged, and this is just me paraphrasing. But she pretty much said that it was the idea came up for him to cover how she was basically bullied on the internet. But in order for him to cover what happened to her, he wanted to tell the story from every single angle because I mean, let's just be honest, the Keisha Kaylee drama drag session, it lasted for a good minute. And so, he wanted to get everyone's perspective and just do a summary of what happened, pretty much. And so he was reaching out to people, he was DMing people. He wanted to, she wanted him to tell the story about how she was basically bullied and treated on these YouTube streets. However, he was like, look, if I'm gonna tell it, I gotta tell it from all angles. Cool. Martin is shaking the table, honey. Okay, he has people upset, and he ain't even said anything yet. That's the crazy part. And she also spoke about just basically, why she is speaking on the situation. Why does she feel like it's necessary for Martin to speak on it? And she pretty much just went down memory lane of what happened to her, how people treated her. Hey, Mariah, how you doing? But yeah, how people treated her, and she pretty much went into detail about how pretty much her and Paris had conversations and back and forth, and she warned Paris and she gave Paris opportunities to delete the videos, and Paris did not. And so that is why there are some alleged consequences going on with Paris channel right now, pretty much. Naya Love said that man ain't said nothing. LOL. Her name not in the top. Okay, I saw the comments. I was like, Lord Jesus. And of course, in her explaining, what happened with her and how she got drugged and how everybody found how everyone found what she was going through so funny, and she pretty much had to retouch on things that Hazel said when her and Ashley went live, and so that's how Hazel ended up entering the chat. So I'm gonna give my perspective on Martin Lewis, the whole situation, what I think about it, Paris's channel, and then we'll talk about the Hazel situation last because whew, it is a lot. So first things first, okay? Here's my perspective on Martin Lewis entering the Keisha Kaylee chat. Now, in a perfect world, we would have, I think everyone who, knows about this situation, who has followed this story, I think in a perfect world, we all would wish that this was something that could have just been put to bed, right? First baby mom said Keisha's strong because this could have destroyed someone else. Depression, exactly, exactly. And I think that that's the piece that people are missing. In a perfect world, would we want Keisha to move on from this and rise above it and not bring it up? Okay, of course, in a perfect world, yes, no one wants to. I don't think anyone wakes up wanting to relive people harassing them and trying to get their sponsorship taken and trying to destroy them. I don't think anyone enjoys reliving those situations. And yes, of course, it seems like, well, damn, Martin, why not? This happened a long time ago. Of course, to someone who has not been following this drama or who has not kind of really kept up with it, it could look like, damn, he late to the party. But if you know Martin Lewis and if you've watched him before, he always covers the drama after everything has pretty much blown up and settled. That's what he does. He's not the type of person who kind of, I mean, he doesn't really break news on his channel. Pretty much what Martin Lewis does is he he watches all the drama unfold, he watches everything blow up, and you're pretty much going to see him give his reaction to it after everything has the dust has settled. Pretty much that's for me watching him, that's what I've always seen him do. Now this is a long time because like I said, the Keisha Kaylee drama is pretty old. As far as I'm concerned, Keisha has the right to speak on it anytime. Exactly, we're gonna get into it. Hey, Love Tosh Beauty. Hey. It says they're blaming Keisha for Martin being months behind. Exactly. If you watch Martin, you know he is always late to the party. But I think it's because he wants to see every angle of the drama from beginning to end and all of that. Now, I will say this: yes, in a perfect world, yes, he works in July. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, thank you for joining. But yeah, in a perfect world, do we want this to be over? Do we want to stop talking about it? In a perfect world, if you're a positive person and you want to see progression and growth, okay, right. But here's what people don't understand. We cannot tell Keisha to leave this drama alone. Stop talking about it. Girl, that's so old. Why you keep bringing it up? We cannot keep screaming that, but then continue to drag her for every single thing that she does current day. You know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to stop talking about what happened 2 years ago. Everyone wants to dead that. They don't want her to respond to it. They don't want her to bring it up. They don't want her to relive it. Okay, cool. But yet the people who don't like her want to continue to drag her for every single thing that she does, down from her buying a house to the way she wear her hair to whatever she doing. You all want to continue to drag her for every single thing that she does based off of your dislike for her from this situation, but you don't want her to continue to bring it up. It don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If we're going to make 30, 40, 50, 60 videos when she buy a house and call her out for, oh my God, this is a bad investment. She's just so lost. She's just trying. If you're gonna drag her current day for everything, every move she makes. This girl can't even take a picture and put it on Instagram without some people accusing her of doing something. Then, if you're not over her, people talking about her in general and nitpicking, then why does it matter if she's bringing up what happened to her and what almost caused her to lose her career on these YouTube streets? I mean, it's her situation. They mad he ain't side with Paris clown crew. Yeah. Hmm. Martin can't wait till 20 Martin can wait till 2023 if he wanted to. Right. It says they want to bully in peace. They don't want to speak up. Exactly. It's kind of like, I mean, of course, I think that anyone would be tired of talking about a situation for 2 years straight. But how can someone get over a situation or move forward with a situation when every time they turn around, they have to be, basically bullied and discredited and talked about and degraded? And people's justification for it is, well, we don't like what she did with that book. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you all want to continue to use the situation with the book to drag her current day for every single thing. The girl can't even go buy some property in peace. But yet, we don't want her to speak out and continue to talk about, how she's glad she's overcome, and continue to talk about how some consequences have been happening. Make it make sense. Just make it make sense. They talk about Keisha every day and say so. Exactly. Exactly. We don't even know who Martin agrees with that even way. Exactly. Okay. Hey, Jay Fox, thank you for joining. It's so many of them. Exactly. Like, come on. OC Girl says, old how they talk about Keisha all day, every damn day. It's not old. It's still going on right now. Anybody and that thing that pertains to is old when she discussed it. They giving I'm a fan, okay? And then it's kind of like, because like I said, if you watch Martin, I mean, everything that your mother did, find something to say, like, damn, because she exactly. Maybe we can let it go when people stop nitpicking her for every. You're welcome, Jay Fox. But yeah, maybe we can let it go when everyone else learns to let it go. That's the thing about this Keisha Kaylee drama that I don't understand, and why my perspective kind of leans in the favor of Keisha in most times, because people are not being fair. I am not in no way, form, shape, or form saying that Keisha's perfect. People should never talk about her. Please don't ever say anything about Keisha. She's an angel. No, I'm not saying that. I understand that public figures sometimes do things that deserve a conversation. Totally understandable. But you all are one-sided in this situation. How can you not understand Keesha talking about it? And how can you not understand her, wanting to, speak out to a fellow reactor who wants to see what's going on and cover the situation? How can you not understand that, but yet you understand her buying a house, minding her business, making renovations, just trying to live her life and do what's best for her and her family, and people making videos and dragging her and degrading her and trying to make it seem like she's done something utterly wrong when she's literally accomplished something for herself. You can't be for the negativity when it's coming from people who talk about her every day, all day, no matter what she do, no matter what she wear, no matter how she looking, but then want to be over the drama and tired of hearing about it when she speak up. It just doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense. Lady Deborah says, I don't think he's on a side. He's just telling the story. It's just one side is going to look really bad. Right. And I mean, if you watch him, you pretty much know he's never really, a lot of larger YouTube reactors, they really never get into their perspective like that. They don't really sit here and give their opinion a lot. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much just inform everyone of what's going on. So even if you watch his content, I mean, yeah, he's giving his opinions on because he's really big on like he doesn't like when people do it that whole scamming thing. So I have seen him kind of like drag YouTubers who promote scams. So he's really big on that. But for the most part, he pretty much just informs. He adds a little entertainment to it. He adds, some voiceover and all that. He pretty much just fills us in with and gives a little bit of his perspective. So he's not even someone who really goes in on people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not even the type of reactor that's about to really get on there and drag anybody anyway. Hell, he may side with everybody else. He may feel like everybody else feels. They are obsessed and pressed. Okay. Hey Nicole, how you doing? Thank you for joining. It says it's crazy how everybody can make money on her name and life except her. They need to get a grip. Okay, and we're gonna get into that. They forgetting that she asked him to do it last year. He's just finally getting a chance to do it. Okay, you know. It says they're so used to the people pleaser Keesha. They feel like they are entitled to everything in her life. Is giving toxic a boyfriend. Very much so toxic. Very much so toxic. It says Martin doesn't talk about anything without him. Right. And if he is this, I mean, like I said, of course it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? We're moving forward and now we're gonna have to bring back up the situation. So like I said, I think in a perfect world, anyone with some sense, nobody wants to continue to relive an embarrassing moment on the internet. However, everyone else takes this situation from 2 years ago and they continue to harbor on that and feed off of it and hate her for everything that she does current day. And you don't want nobody to talk about it. We can't. We don't. When Keisha wants to relive it and talk about it, and and basically call some things out, oh, you need to be quiet. You need to grow, girl. You said this was 2 years ago. Oh my God, why you know what I'm saying? Everyone's disgusted. No one wants to hear about it. Everyone is over it. Oh my God, girl, what the hell you talking about? But yet, my girl can't even get her hair done without y'all bringing up who she trying to look like, who she trying to be like, and y'all remember 2 years ago when she did this, trying to be like so and so. So you all want to conveniently relive the past, and you want to drag her for something, but you don't want to relive the past when she's actually making some sense and giving her perspective and shining light on the situation. Does she need to keep talking about it forever? No, right? But is it something that happened to her and is her situation? If she wants to talk about it when she sees fit, then that is her right to do so because everybody else still talking about it. So I'm just let's just make this make sense, people. Let's just make this make sense. So they've been bashing this woman and her children. They told lies. They mocked her postpartum and her going trials and tribulations. It's sad. A lot of these people that laugh and stuff. Okay, it okay. Like, come on. It says exactly. It's not really because never die. Exactly. I mean, in all honesty, I don't understand why people cannot understand how this situation um can still be talked about because at the end of the day, you all have not, and when I say you all, the people who dislike Keisha and who drag her daily, You all have not let the hatred and the overinvestment in every single thing that she does go, right? So if you all are going to continue to indulge in drag sessions when she buys a house, drag session when she's on the cover of a magazine, drag session when she does a webinar, she writes another book, if you all are going to continue to nitpick and drag, then guess the hell what? Then why are we sitting around here complaining when she wants to talk about it? Because you all are not over it either. Okay. And so I'll be back to Vibe too. Okay, so I'm gonna try to hurry up because like I said, I know I was supposed to go live at 8:30. But yeah, so that's that. Then she spoke on what happened with Paris's channel. Keesha got a bang, then here go Paris posting the same hairstyle compared to exactly. It's like this girl can't win for losing. Don't try to be over it now. Don't try to. If this man want to cover this old drama, that's what he wants to do. We don't know what he's gonna say. We don't know how he's gonna angle it. We don't know anything, So it's kind of like the internet is a very weird, hateful place. Um, it's like people literally get drugged and and get bullied and get talked about for just being regular ass people. And what people don't understand is just because you can get on the internet and read somebody down and read them for filth and talk about them and talk about their looks and you can pull up pictures and go, like that does not mean anything in real life. You are, what I'm saying? Like this is just the internet, baby. And I think people get so invested in this, they get a kick out of seeing someone else get verbally tore down. Like this is just when we turn these screens off, we don't know what each other living like. We don't know who doing what behind the scenes. So at the end of the day, why are we so hyped and so amped up for the drag sessions and for the tearing it down, tearing people down, and we're so hyped up and amped up for the negativity and the degrade sessions. We're so hyped up for that. However, comma, when someone wants to say, you know what, I'm gonna let my reactor, my a person that reacts to this, give a full summary on what happened and just break it down, so some people who may not know about the situation can have a better understanding of what happened to me. Then what the hell is the problem, people? What is the problem? He says, I can't believe she said LSA is not the dark. What? Okay, it's most definitely the dark web. They only over because okay, like it's a selective outrage. So then we're gonna get into her speaking on Paris. So she pretty much, gave, and like she said, there obviously something's going on with Paris channel, right? And here's how I feel about the whole situation of what happened to Paris. At the end of the day, do I feel sorry? Absolutely not. Okay. Because it's like this. I think that I will say towards the end, after, Paris had been contacted and after she realized there probably had been some consequences, towards the end of the of a more recent commentary that she's done, she did try to change the tune and change and tone it down a little bit. But it was just ridiculous and utterly disgusting how she went in on this girl and how she started this whole situation where it's not that she started talking about Keesha first or dragging Keesha first, because people have been talking about Keesha and dragging her. It's the fact that her platform was a meeting ground for people who already didn't like Keesha, people who already were ready to talk about her kids. They were already geared up and ready to talk about her parents, her parenting, her mama, all of that. The conversations hosted on that platform were so nasty and so mean and so disheartening, and she amped up some of these things. You know what I'm saying? You can't be telling people to go comment under somebody's Instagram photos and talk about their parenting. You cannot be pulling up the dictionary and trying to allude that the reason why someone child has to wear a medical helmet is because of neglect. When you are that deep into it, something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happened to her channel, whatever consequences that she got, it was well warranted, because she took it from, okay, we talking about this, this is what it is, okay, to we're going to get on here every day, have a full out drag session, and then we're going to find this girl Instagram, find her sponsors, try to, like I said, did she single-handedly probably do all of the things that happened on her channel? No. But You cannot promote certain things and think that your hands are gonna just be completely clean. Period. It's called having some morals and understanding that, listen, y'all, we can cut the food, we can have a good time, we can talk about Keesha, but we're gonna understand that at the end of the day, this is a real life human being too. We not finna get this heavily invested over here. Period. It's a they be over until somebody got live with Keisha in the title. There's 1,000 people in. Okay. Yes, parents told the platform to report Keisha for child abuse. Exactly. Exactly. Is anyone on either side just a teensy bit tired of this? I'm not a parent, Erica. I was tired of her too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Says Paris Harley Square Mom was calling Keisha, and I've tried exposing her. They don't exactly. It's like, so whatever happened to her channel or whatever it was well warranted because at the end of the day, enough is enough. And yes, towards the end, she did try to change it up and she did try to, stop all the screaming in the camera and all of that. But you got to think before Keisha responded, before Keisha ever said anything to Paris, before Keisha was even defending herself on this platform, we clicking on videos and it's like we're hearing somebody screaming to the camera, you you dumb ass bitch, you stupid asshole. Like you don't think that that's too deep. You don't think that's too far. You don't think that you can give your commentary without all the extra shit because why are you so the hell mad? Like, what are you upset about? I'm gonna say this like I've said it the entire time. Okay. You don't have to like people. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like we all have internet let's see where Paris at. But yeah, we all have internet. We all have people on the internet that we probably don't care for, right? We all have people that we watch and we probably don't care for some of their mannerism. We don't care for how they do certain things. There is nothing wrong with not wanting to support someone. We don't have to support somebody just because they're a black woman, right? You can have your picks and chooses and your favorites. But at the end of the day, you have to take a step back and ask yourself, how heavily invested am I going to become in this situation? At the end of the day, what has this person done to me personally? It says parents would go live with Ashley on the panel and be more okay. Like you, it becomes a little weird to me when the person who this was allegedly done to is doesn't even seem to be disinvested, but yet you're disinvested, you know? And then everyone wants to conveniently forget how this even started. All right, it says the videos on my YouTube page, but she's one of the main ones that's called everyone an inmate. It says, it's scary to see all the comments and how passionate. Exactly. It's like, and both sides can be invested, right? Both sides can be heavily invested. So, there are people who don't like Paris who are invested, right? So I'm not trying to say that we could only not be invested when it comes to like no anybody, whether it's if you don't like Paris or you don't like Keisha, because I don't particularly care for Paris's commentary, and she's chimed in on situations that happen with me, and I don't really care for her. But at the end of the day, these are people that I don't know in real life, right? Out there, they don't pay my bills. You know what I'm saying? It says what has Paris done to me? I mean, Paris hasn't done anything personally to me, but if you see, someone, if someone if someone is commenting on a situation and they're saying that you said things that you didn't say, or they're trying to allude that you're a type of person that you're not, all because you don't agree with their commentary, then I'm not going to care for them. So has she done something to me personally? Hell no. I don't know her. She don't know me. But has she chimed in on situations that involve me or chimed in on my commentary and tried to make it seem like I was saying something I didn't say? Yeah, she most definitely have. So at the end of the day, why why would I, what I'm saying, care for someone like that? And then, you know, it says I agree now. Yeah, Ashley has checked out of the drama portion. I don't think she has. Lewis don't come with her bag. Okay. But yeah, so for the most part, like, yeah, I don't like Paris's commentary or what she says, but at the end of the day, it says Paris has definitely made a live dragging you now, which was exactly like she's made a live when she joined my live the very first time that D called in, Keisha called in, and all of that. She drugged me for filth. Tried to anyway. I didn't really respond to her because she was just giving her perspective and her opinion on my commentary. But I mean, she said things about me before that I didn't appreciate. But am I gonna go toe to toe with her, beef with her like I know her in real life? Hell no. But I can get on here and say, yeah, I mean, whatever happened to her platform, that's what that's what it is because it was a lot that she did that was just like, what the hell? But the girl was caught calling Dion live and playing on her phone the other night. Okay, Louis. Is Louis Paris? It says all the arguing back and forth between side and people who never meet is why. Exactly. It's like high school. And that's oh okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to ignore Lewis then. But yeah, and so that's what I get confused about. It's not that people I'm not confused because people want to talk about Keisha because like I said, the situation that happened with the book was something that a lot of people wanted to talk about. It was something a lot of people gave their opinions on. And some people had good opinions, even people who don't care for Keisha. Some of them had some valid points in some of their observations. So I'm not saying that we can never talk about Keisha, but this situation was very weird to me because I've never seen people get this heavily invested in a situation about someone that has done nothing to them or is not going to affect what they got going on in real life. Period. This situation is personal, Paris. I think is very weird, very much so weird. Stop saying there's a lie. She did get receipts. I was stunned when they said Paris called Jeremy's mother, said they were friend of Keisha. Yes, she kind of, in that live, Keisha kind of went through some of the things that had transpired with Paris. Like, okay, it's one thing if you want to get Ashley on your platform to get the tea or whatever and to get an exclusive. That's totally fine. But why the hell are you reaching out to Jeremy's mama? Like, why are you trying to further instigate a situation? You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to further put your nose in a situation when at the end of the day, these people are going to have to deal with each other? This is what people don't understand. Let's say you think she's still in the drama. What are your thoughts? I'm not trying to argue. I'm just trying to have a combo. Paris, yeah, Paris very much so still loves it. The loves the drama. It says the bullying and harassment went too far. The responses to the bullying and harassment was a bit much as well. I mean, and for both sides, a lot has it says why was the mom responding? True. And so there's just a lot of weird things going on. People in Paris Discord calling D, but calling other inmates weird. It's a lot. It's a whole lot of. And like I said, it's one thing for Paris to have invited Ashley on her platform to give the exclusive and blah and whatever, yada yada yada. Okay, that's fine. People do that all the time. But I'm not calling nobody mama because at the end of the day, what is that going to solve? I think in people's mind the people who don't like Keisha, they really feel like they are going to get to control this narrative with Ashley and the baby, and they're going to make Keisha's life a living hell by continuing to stir up mess between Ashley and Keisha, and they are not understanding that one day, no matter, I don't know when it will be. One day, these people are going to wake up and realize we gotta deal with each other when these cameras go off. What the internet talking about? There is a baby here, that needs to, be with his father and he see his siblings. There is a father here who needs to make sure that he's in his child's life. And so one day, someone is going to have the maturity to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to fight to make sure that we have some type of co-parenting or some type of situation going on. The internet is not, you're not going to be able to dictate how people live their life and what they do. You're just not going to. Yes, right now the internet may be winning with the situation with Ashley keeping, allegedly, I don't know if she is or not, but her keeping the child away. Yeah, y'all may be intervening and getting in her head and all this, but one day that is going to come to an end and these people are going to continue on their normal lives without the internet. And so why do we feel like we have so much authority or access to someone's life that we can control what they do with their co-parenting situation or their girlfriend and boyfriend situation or whatever? We need to stop feeling so entitled to someone else's life, period. It says there's always shade thrown on Keisha on Ashley's end. I do think Paris is the reason this is still going. Keisha moved on to home. Reno and D was another sector. Paris kept it going. Right, because in my opinion, Keisha was trying to give us renovation. She was trying to give us, she was trying to give us some different content. She was throwing herself into this project for her house. And of course, the Martin Lewis situation continues to come up, so she had to address it. But you all won't let it die because even when she's doing something that is totally unrelated to this whole love triangle situation, it's still drag session, drag session. It says August grandmother wanted to talk to Paris. And I don't know how that happened, and I don't understand, why she would want to talk to Paris, right? And there could be some friction there. There could be some issues going on in the household with her, Keisha, and Jeremy. But at the end of the day, these are these people's real life. We don't have any. No one should feel entitled to have any say so on what happens with August and Jeremy, or what happens with Ashley and Jeremy. No one should feel entitled to have any type of input because we don't know these people. We ain't finna step in and buy no diapers, no wipes, no milk. And even if we are, we don't know these people. like, you know? Yeah, it's really gonna be exposed on Martin Lewis. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Sarah not nine knows the truth. Say yeah. Okay. It's really gonna explode on Martin Lewis is, but I think that should be the last part. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, like I said, I feel like in a perfect world, everyone, I think anyone with the right mind will want to move on from this situation, but you can't drag this girl for everything that she does in one breath, but then not want her to bring up anything and not want her to defend herself in the next. You can't do that. It says because Paris said they have a clip of Keisha talking bad on Jeremy. Oh, okay. Okay. Got his mom number. Never provided the clip. She was exactly. 'Cause I don't think the internet is helping the situation. Exactly, it's not helping, and it's sad that people really want to see drama. They want to see division. They want to see cat fight. They want to see the back and forth instead of wanting to see a blended family and people just moving forward after an unfortunate situation. Because at the end of the day, regardless of who said what about who called who was side piece, who did this, who did that, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, there are children involved. There are children involved who need to know each other. There's a child that needs a relationship with his dad. And at the end of the day, that is all that people should want to see. They should want to see better. As Black people, we should want to see the situation end on a positive note. Like, nobody should want to see a young girl raising a child by herself, just keeping him away from the daddy because the internet don't like how the daddy did the mom. Like, it's people are too invested. It's sad that Ashley's allowing them to use money to keep her from letting her call. Because okay, because the internet would not be able to tell me shit. You're not gonna tell me who finna watch my child or who's finna. Or I'm finna take my child with his daddy because I want to, and me and his daddy will work out the kinks. But you not ain't nobody finna dictate what the hell finna happen with my child. Period. Paris lied like she was a friend, right? She's a side chick. Period. Right. And it says at this point, both the women don't want each other around the children. Yeah, I mean, but both of them are going to have to understand that this is bigger than them. You know what I'm saying? And when you make the conscious decision to deal with a man who cheated on you and who had a girlfriend, then you're going to have to suck it up and take one for the team and figure out how y'all are going to make sure these kids have a relationship. Period. So that's pretty much, what happened with Paris. Pretty much there's obviously some consequences going on with her channel because of her continued harassment and continue just overbearing commentary on Keisha, right? And I mean, I'm pretty sure we've talked about this a million times. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that some of the things, like I said, they're not every single live Paris has done. She's been screaming in the camera and cussing and fussing, but a lot of it started off very gruesome, a lot of name calling, a lot of picking, a lot of nitpicking. Just it was a whole lot to digest and consume. And you cannot disrespect somebody and call them a stupid hoe and call their baby daddy gay and talk about how they raising their kids. You can't do all that and then expect someone to spare you and have mercy on your channel. It just doesn't work like that. It says Miss Lake, Keisha never brought her kids to Ashley's house. She would never need to. Now, moving on to one second, child. But yeah, moving on to the last part, and that is Hazel chiming in and going live. So as we all know, Hazel had been kind of doing her own thing. Her and Ashley are no longer friends, right? Okay, cool. We understand that. It is what it is. So I'm at this point, I'm thinking that Hazel's over here, in her own entrepreneurship bag. She ain't studying the situation. It is what it is. Hazel had pretty much did some lines that are now deleted, and she pretty much went into kind of some detail about why her and Ashley aren't friends and all this at the third. So I'm thinking that Hazel's just out of this situation, or right, or whatever. However, I'm assuming that because Keesha brought up, the how this all started or whatever, and how she was mocked and made fun of, and how her mama was talked about and all of that. Of course, she had to bring up Hazel in that situation because that's how all of that started. Hazel um went live because she, wanted to respond and give her perspective on the situation, right? It says, yes, they love throwing the transphobic card, but they forget all the. Okay, like everyone loves to start running for the hills and wanting to, be so politically correct when people talk about Paris and try to misgender her. However, well, listen to her call a man who ain't never said that he was gay, who ain't never confirmed, who's never even came out, a man who was literally saying that he's straight, calling him gay, like calling him a bottom, saying he getting bent over. So how? What? I mean, make it make sense, people. Make it make sense. It says Hazel needs to understand that Jeremy isn't her kid's father. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get into that. Ashley was a two-time side chick. She was caught with someone else's man too. Yeah, so this is the thing, right? So Hazel chimed in or whatever, and she pretty much wanted to give her perspective because her name was brought up. Now, in the beginning, I will say I understood why Hazel wanted to defend Ashley because Hazel and Ashley were really friends, right? So before we knew all that we knew about the situation dynamics, it was not foreign to see Hazel defending her friend because that's what friends do, the same way Dee defends Keisha, right? But here is what Hazel is not understanding, and here's what I think people are missing. Okay, when everything first happened and Ashley was saying that she was going to come to the internet to get to set the record straight, I don't think anybody was against that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody was against her coming to clear her name or defend what role she played in the situation. And so in the beginning, we were all here for Ashley coming to tell her side and who she is and what role she played in the situation. However, what Hazel does not understand is you and your friend came to the internet to supposedly clear up a situation and spread and shed some light on what was going on, right? Which was nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong at all. However, when you came to the internet, it did not you all didn't come and say, hey, look, these are the facts, this is what it is, blah 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 blah. You all came calling Jeremy a deadbeat, talking about Keisha's skin, talking about her mama, got a chat full of people talking about her kids, y'all kikiing, talking about her fainting. You all came talking about all this irrelevant shit that had nothing to do with the role that your friend played in this situation. And so you all took the situation to a nasty below the belt place, and then you linked up with Paris, and again it went even further and further. So Hazel went live, and she just basically saying how she thinks Keisha's pathetic. She thinks Keisha life is messed up. Keisha is the real bully. Blah 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 blah. She doesn't have to. Nothing is wrong with people giving their opinion on Keisha's appearance. If somebody wants to say they don't think she look good, or if somebody wants to say they don't like her body features or whatever, they have every right to do so. And she's the problem, and this that, and the third. But at the end of the day, everybody is missing the whole point. Okay. Everyone is wanting to nitpick and talk about things that are so much, very much so irrelevant in this situation. When it came down to the nitty gritty, everyone said they were so mad with Keisha because Keisha called Ashley a one night stand. Everyone said they were so upset with Keisha because Keisha was a liar and Keisha wasn't standing to her truth and Keisha wasn't owning the situation. That's what everyone's was harping on, right? That she was throwing rocks and hiding her hands, correct? But you all were not being 100% transparent as well. Your friend, and like I said, not judging her. I've done it before too. I've, played the side chick role before too. Your friend was on somebody else's man. Period. It don't matter how many breaks this person had. It don't matter what the ins and outs of the relationship were. Your man, your friend, was sleeping with somebody man that was on YouTube every day playing a happy family for the camera. And some shit popped off after that. Your friend found herself in a very fortunate situation because most people who catch you with a man, want some smoke, want some drama, ready to come out, ready to come on your job, ready to drag you, ready to, you know what I'm saying? But she ran into someone who was trying to clean the situation up, i.e., Keesha, who was trying to, make the situation look picture perfect, which that was Keisha's fault for doing so. But she ran to someone who was trying to make the situation manageable for everybody. Your friend knew that she was still fucking this girl, man. Did not stop fucking the girl, man. Even after the disrespect, after he made it clear that he didn't want the baby, after he made it clear that he didn't want her like that, after he made it clear the type of nigga he was, the same way we're sitting up here called Keisha dumb, stupid, and delusional and pathetic. Your friend was falling for the same shit because she was still mixing and mingling with this man after the disrespect. Your friend sat out with this girl, had a conversation with Keisha, made it seem like she was okay with everybody moving forward, made it seem like she wasn't gonna sleep with Jeremy no more, and was still behind the scenes dibbling dabbling with him, which was trifling. So no one in this situation's hands are clean. You know what I'm saying? No one in this situation is innocent and unbothered and without fault. Everyone contributed to the hot mess of a situation this turned out to be. Period. Okay, just straight up and down, straight up out the gate. And so, you all came to the internet. Ashley and Hazel came to the internet to expose the situation and to shed some light on the situation, which is fine. But there were holes in the story, and there were layers that were not. There were layers that were the side of Ashley and Hazel. Everyone was not being 100% transparent or taking accountability on that end either. So we're saying that Keisha is not taking accountability and she's not owning the situation. She's letting a nigga drag her and she's pathetic. But I mean, Ashley kind of did the same thing. And if Ashley was unbothered and if she was so above the situation, if she had risen above, then guess what? She would have needed to go on Paris' platform. She would not have needed anyone to speak on her behalf. She was very much so with the shit as much as Keisha. So everyone had a hand in how the situation played out. No one in this situation is better than nobody. We cannot look at Keisha and call her pathetic and oh, you're pathetic and your life is trash. We can't do that as if she's not out here doing the same thing. And everybody in this situation is trying to make lemons out of lemonade, trying to take care of their kids, and trying to move forward in some capacity, and they still got to go back and relive some of the situations. Ashley still got to relive it sometimes. She still has addressed things, entertained things, that have amped things up. Keisha is still addressed things, entertained things. One party is no better than the other in this situation. So while Hazel is very good at articulating her thoughts and getting what she needs to say out, you're what you're saying is not making sense, because at the end of the day, no one in this situation's hands are clean. you know, we cannot say that Keisha's life is fucked up, and we cannot say she's delusional, and we cannot say that she's this and she that, when your friend was going for the same thing she was going for. Your friend was falling for the same ninja. Your friend was sleeping with the same ninja after she was disrespected. Your friend was on the same shit. At one point in life, your friend's life wasn't all the way together. By your own admission, you even said that you and her had some issues and you had to support her during some rough times and all. I mean, so everyone in this situation has been through some things and have made some poor decisions. So we can't get on here and say that Keisha is the real bully, because she's not. Everyone in this situation could have taken more accountability. Everyone in this situation could have made better choices in who they decided to lay down with. So yeah, she went live, and she said what she said, and then everybody was eating up. Everyone was eating it up because they love to see people read people, but none of that shit hold weight in real life, because the situation still is what it is. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Hello, she's one of her kids on Ashley." Yeah, I think the internet has interfered with the kids. Unfortunately, the kids should be able to get together. Exactly. Like no matter what, everyone in this situation should be able to be grown and put aside and put aside whatever differences and find a way to make it happen for these kids. Period. I mean, that's really what it all boils down to. Like, nobody in this situation is better than the next. people love to try to pin Keesha and Ashley's unbothered and she has been doing. No, I mean, she can't be unbothered if she's going on Paris's live. You can't be unbothered if you're going on Paris's live and she's sitting up here dragging your baby daddy for filth in your face. No, you can't be someone who's unbothered doing shit like that because I don't care what's going on. This is my child's daddy at the end of the day. No, I'm not gonna sit up here and listen to you call him bums and this, that, and the third. I don't give a damn what tea you're trying to spill. So everyone in this situation can be doing better. No one's hands are clean. So pretty much Hazel's life consists of everybody dragging Keesha, everybody living for Hazel in her read session and her drag session. And I mean, Hazel, like I said, she has a way with words. She can articulate her thoughts, but none of that really holds any weight because it's still some falseness on both sides of the situation. Period. No, Keisha's life is not the worst life that people have. There are people out here going through worse than Keesha. There's people out here can't pay their bills. There's people out here, hell, going through worse with a man who ain't got no money. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has any room to drag anybody. Nobody can't say that Keisha still ain't on her shit taking care of her kids. Nobody can't say that she's a scum of the earth just because she deal with no good nigga because at some point, the other side of the situation was dealing with a no good nigga just as much as she was. So let's just stop trying to all that you don't think she look good and her boobs messed up. All that is irrelevant. That's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. Nobody gives a damn about none of that. The facts of the matter is this was a situation where, you know, Keesha was getting cheated on. Keesha was putting up with some shit she shouldn't have been putting up with from her man. Her man was out here wilding in these streets, and she was standing beside him. And that's something that she should have had a better judgment of. She should have used her power of discernment, and she should have done something differently with that situation to demand her respect. Right? Cool. But at the end of the day, Ashley and Jeremy were had a love triangle, had a fling on the side that was trifling as hell. And instead of Ashley being, a real bitch and standing in what she did and being like, look, girl, I'm fucking your man and what, you know what I'm saying? She tried to play a role like she was moving forward. She played in Keisha's face. Keisha felt betrayed. And it is what it is. But now that's really the bulk of the situation. Yeah, people exchange words, people talk to reactors, people send pictures. All that doesn't matter. What are we gonna do to move this situation forward? If Keesha left Jeremy, they'll still be mad. As long as Keisha's prospering, they'll be mad. Exactly. Okay, here y'all go. Ashley is Hazel. Yes, Ashley articulate read the liar. Talk about those perks. Talk about y'all queen lose no face aside, but she bought girl. Nobody, that's the thing. Like, nobody has a queen in this situation. Like, nobody, what we're saying in this situation is everyone in this situation is trying to make it seem as if you know, this was not something that happens every day. People, man, cheat on them every single day. People sleep with people, man, every single day. People stay in a relationship that they should not be in longer than they should every single day. Like, at the end of the day, it's time to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And we cannot sit up here and we cannot say, well, Keisha needs to be quiet. She needs to shut up. She's disgusting. She's a liar. Her life is trash. We can't do that and then continue to nitpick and study and follow and drag everything that she does. We can't keep talking about her every day, all day, 17 days, 7 days a week. We can't do that. But then tell her she needs to shut the hell up and take it. Like, no, that's not how it works. And we cannot continue to only talk about one side of the situation. And Keisha did this, she did this wrong, she lied about this, she did, but other people were not 100% transparent as well. And that's just that on that. It says Keisha talked about more than anyone you name. Tell y'all. I mean, it's just like, we cannot sit up here and discredit everything she does. But at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, if she was not who she was, this would not even be a situation that would have even hit the internet. This wouldn't even been newsworthy. You know, like if this was a regular situation on the street, honey, it'll probably been some. It would have been it would have went way differently. Like you don't get respect after you don't backdoored somebody. Ain't nobody like in the real world, nobody finna respect you if they don't find out you and that man been dibbling and dabbling. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody don't owe you shit. At the end of the day, so I don't understand what is the expectation. What did people want Keisha to damn do? You know what I'm saying? They said Keisha's bored, but you can be on live 3 hours only talking about her. That doesn't make sense. It says, well, let Ashley be damn. You're right. People get shit on every day. That girl won't let it go because her livelihood depends on her publicizing her good life. I mean, but this is the thing. Like, people get amped about people reading people. It's like we're on the internet. Okay, she gonna read her. She gonna talk about how she looks. She gonna talk about her breast. She gonna, but then what? But then what? Then life is gonna go back to normal, and everybody's gonna go back to making their money. Everybody's gonna go back to minding their business, doing what they gotta do to feed their kids. It's kind of like, I mean, that's like I feel like people get too invested in the read. People get too invested in the verbal attacks. Like people don't understand. Ain't nobody pulling up on nobody in real life, slapping nobody, beating nobody up. Like so, at the end of the day, it don't matter. Like what everybody ugly to somebody. You know. 1 second, y'all. But yeah, it says Keisha handled it better than the other girl who called Ashley with her man. That girl pulled up the Ashley. Okay, like in this situation, it was kind of like Keisha actually she did too much. You know, she should have just washed her hands with the situation, showed her ass on Keisha, on Ashley and Jeremy, and called it a day, and everybody could have found a way to move forward after that. So she, was trying to be the bigger person to take the high road and make the co-parenting situation. Now I would have did none of that. You know what I'm saying? So in all reality, Ashley got, she got lucky with the situation because it could have went a whole different way had it been anybody else. Stacey Roberts says, personally, I think Ashley and Keisha need to remove this discussion from the internet for the kids' sake. Keisha moved on to bigger things. Her home, Ashley's not really. Yeah, I think that, I mean, you can clearly see that Ashley and Keisha are trying to move on in some capacity, right? So I'm not saying that Ashley is evil person. I'm not saying that she's not trying to move on. I think that I personally, like I've always said, I don't think Ashley ever wanted to come to the internet with this. I think that she wanted to move on. I think that people are just so invested that they bully her into trying to play this build a baby mama role that she obviously doesn't want to play. So it's kind of like I feel like people should just let these people do what the hell they want to do. If she want to let her baby go over there, so that's the person who she trusted to lay down with and have a baby. So if she wants to let her son go, he gonna go. Like, why do we feel like we have a say so? These are not our children. She should move on and find another way to make money without mentioning Ashley or her son. It's so simple. But if we're gonna tell Keisha that, then everyone else needs to move on and stop mentioning Keisha. So that's the thing. You all want to keep saying Keisha needs to move on and stop mentioning Ashley, but then you all are in the lives and ready for people to drag Keisha. So we can't say Keisha needs to move on and stop mentioning her when other people talk about Keisha all day every day for a check and nobody cares. It says Keisha is doing it. Okay. Hey girl, thank you for joining Penny Proud. Thank you. Yeah, like people egg on unnecessary bullshit. Like y'all, people get too much of a kick out of a read. Like it's just, if people can insult somebody all day long, at the end of the day, they're just words. It's just the internet. Like yeah, on both ends, right? They keep telling Keisha to move on while still talking about the same stuff from 2 years ago. You move on. Keisha tried. Y'all said she was favorite. Okay. It says, let's get it right. Ashley is the money. Without Ashley, there would be no book. There, but let's not act like Keisha wasn't Keisha before Ashley ever came along. Like that's what I'm saying. Like this, people get too wrapped up in this and is acting like Ashley just came in and no, Keisha been Keisha. That's how we know. That's why this situation was such a big deal. If she wasn't Keisha, the girl who been doing YouTube forever, who people been talking about forever, no one would have gave a damn about this love triangle. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. It says if Ashley is the money, why y'all don't talk about her? These obsessed people are Keisha's employees without her name in their mouths. They don't get paid. Keisha built her platform off of her own name. Yeah, I mean, one thing about it, whether we like everything she's done or not, she built her platform on her. Actually, the story, but y'all talking about Keesha, but everybody talking about everybody. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody's still talking about everybody. Everybody's still dragging Keesha. Keisha's still reliving the situation, trying to clear everything up. So we cannot just tell one party to be quiet. If we're gonna say be quiet, then we need to tell everybody to be quiet. Period. Keisha been on YouTube for years before Ashley had her hair company before Ashley. But yeah, I mean Keisha been on her shit. Like it's not, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Keisha is the almighty God and she does no wrong. But I'm not gonna sit up here and discredit her, act like she has not. She's been an entrepreneur. She's been doing her shit. She's been able to provide a lifestyle for herself and her children before this situation even came about. So we can't discredit her and say that she ain't shit because at the end of the day, if she wasn't shit, then why are we all sitting here talking about her? Because she was somebody before all this happened. Even Jeremy, it says who was checking for her. Okay. Well, I mean, even Jeremy said Ashley has nothing to her, that nobody would know him or Ashley if it wasn't for Keisha. There's a recording of a top mod on my page calling the phone. She and the other people keep denying it though, but all the proof is there. Ooh. Mm. Keisha is the cloud. That's why they have exactly like if Keisha was just a nobody, then we wouldn't be talking about it. We would not. Nobody would know about this story. This story would not have broke the internet. This story would not have been talked about for 2 years. Clearly, she is someone. She may be someone that people don't care for, but we're not acting like she's just somebody who ain't shit. She's accomplished some things just like everybody else in this situation. Keisha is the money. She keeps Paris in their basement apartment. Paris can buy fake snap bed. Lord. But yeah, but all in all, that was just a summary, honey. The girls are going crazy because they feel like Martin is going to drag Ashley, but I don't think that's what he's going to do. I think that he's going to come and he's going to give a perspective and shed a light on the situation. And people just don't want people. I feel like people who don't want him to speak out, they just don't want people to see the other side, and that's weird. Like everyone can see whatever side they would like. Some people agree with what Keisha did. Some people don't. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. We don't all have to hate Keisha. We don't all have to hate Ashley. We can like who we like. We can side with who we want to side with. It's okay. It's not that serious. It says Ashley gained from Keisha. Keisha hasn't gained anything off of Ashley. Okay. Yeah, Ashley's a cow. Ashley's a bad. Ashley's the reason the channel. Okay. Why every video says Keisha Kaylee if Ashley is the money, and it's just like, and that's what I'm saying. People want to make this a Keisha versus Ashley and Ashley versus Keisha and Ashley better than Keisha. Like these are two women who were dealing with the same man going through some of the same things. I mean, like, stop trying to pin them against each other. I agree. It has to be fair. Both sides keep it going, but it's not really Ashley or Keisha necessarily. I bet Ashley wishing everybody's the internet. Yeah, it's the internet. It's the trolls. It's the people who want to see mess keeping it going. Period. Like we're not gonna sit up here and downplay Keisha like she just nobody. Like no, she definitely is somebody who, or we would not be sitting here talking about her. I think Martin will be fair. I think they're scared. I think they're scared that people get. I think they're scared that people will be exposed. That's all. Yeah, I don't see him just coming on here just dragging them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it's giving, Penny Proud. That that is what it's giving. Okay, but okay, like okay. If you don't like her, stop speaking. Okay, Keisha told you know Ashley, she's on the side. She baby mom. Keyword her pain. Yeah, like she can talk about what she want to talk about. It happened to her. Martin is fair. That's why they're mad. They want to go on with their hate train. They know he's gonna be right. It's just like people just want to continue to see the drag sessions. They want to continue to talk about her wigs. They want to continue to talk about her boobs. They want to talk about her skin. They want to talk about her children. They want to talk about how they want to do that in peace. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. It's like you all just want to drag this girl in peace, and the minute someone comes and says something that is not what you all want it to be, then it's just all hell breaks loose. They both side chick baby mamas. Ashley ain't nobody either. That's what I'm saying. It's her house. Not gonna be able to talk about. All right, Keisha's going to continue to elevate, and the trolls going to get exactly. Keisha turned lemons into lemonade. Love the initiative to combat cyberbullying, specifically in the schools. I think, yeah, I mean, exactly. Like, if she wants to share her experience where she feels like she was bullied, then let her do that. Everyone else has shared their experience. Everyone else has talked about what they feel like they've been through. Everybody else has had their opportunity to get out what they want to say. I mean, people can talk about what they want to talk about. If Ashley wants to come out right now and talk about how she feels like she's been treated, she has every right to do so. Like, it's kind of like let people talk about what they want to talk about without trying to silence people or back people into a corner. If someone feels like they were treated unfairly or bullied, then that is what it is. Because if it was anybody else talking about it, y'all would be here for it. It says, I'm so happy Martin is seeing this in the flesh. Paris platform completely embarrassed Paris. Okay. Martin got so much hate for just mentioning that he's on the video. It's giving very much mental illness. You are right. Like, this man has not said anything. He's not giving his perspective. He hasn't done anything, but yet people are ready to damn attack. You don't even know what he's gonna say. Like, damn. You know? It says, I hope Ashley Hayes and Paris talk about the bullying, harassment, and transphobia. I'm over it. I enjoy both of their content for different reasons. But yeah, I mean, it's so that's what I'm saying. People act like you can't have an opinion and still support everyone. Like, like I said, um, no one and it's the thing. I feel like if people learn not to be too invested, we can find a way to talk about this situation and still in some capacity enjoy everyone's content. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about being on a side. It's about right is right, wrong is wrong. Everyone in the situation had things they could have done differently, and we only are talking about what Keisha could have done differently, and that's not fair. But Keisha had to just want to hate that girl in peace. They know that they can get views by mentioning her name and title. Yeah, Ashley is the money. Yes, hopefully he brings up. Yeah, I mean, because we can't say that Paris, Paris has most definitely called people gay and all that. So I mean, it's like that's what I'm saying. Here we are trying to make it seem like these people are victims, but no, everyone read each other, did something wrong. Like, we cannot sit up here and make it sound like Paris is a victim. No, Paris only calling somebody gay. If someone decides to misgender her, then you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're calling someone gay that's not gay. You're calling someone a bottom. You're alluding that someone is getting bent over, but yet you don't want people to make comments about your sexuality or your identity. Like, no, it don't work like that. He says Hayes don't even mess with Ashley Paris anymore. Y'all stop caring about her. Keisha has bullied anyone. Y'all the bullies, and Paul should stop harassing women. And thank you two for doing your job on the Paris channel. Keisha needed to breathe. Like, people don't never want to put themselves in the person's shoes. Like, come on now. That's not quite transphobia. I know. I mean, but this is the thing. You cannot call somebody gay. But trans people are not the only people that can be insulted. If you're out here and you don't want anyone to misgender you and you don't want people to talk about your identity, then why are you doing it to someone else? Why are you calling somebody gay who's not gay? Why are you saying someone is getting bent over? Why are you speaking on someone being gay as if it's a negative thing? Why are you trying to shame someone for how they act or what they're appearing to be sexually, but then you don't want people to talk about you? It don't work like that. You can't get on here and call, because before anyone ever called Paris a man, before anybody ever said anything about Paris's gender, she was on here calling people gay, calling people bottoms, dragging people for filth. So you cannot say, oh, well, we cannot be transphobic. Well, no, you cannot be homophobic either. When Paris got on her iPhone in her basement talking about Keisha's house, girl, what you know in the home? What you know about home ownership? You live in a basement. The trolls do too much. They try to punish Keisha so much, and it comes off obsessive and stalkerish. Exactly, Stacey. If y'all truly believe she did something wrong, yeah, okay, thank you. Let God handle it. Thank you. Paris called Keisha so many names. I don't know why they exactly like Paris called Keisha a dumbass. Bitch, a hoe. I'm talking about all of that. Every name under the sun, she called Keisha before Keisha ever responded to her. So if someone claps back and say you a man or whatever, I mean, you verbally attacked them first. Now if someone just walk up to you and misgender you for no reason and they just picking at you, that's wrong. But you can't throw dirt in somebody's face and tell them how to respond to you. No, If you lack the vernacular or educated to speak about transphobia, just don't. Please, God will handle those and you be handled pride. I mean, but if you think that it's okay for someone to call someone gay and say someone's getting bent over and call somebody a dumbass bitch and a stupid asshole, if you think that's acceptable, but and you think that no one can then return and call them a name, then you obviously don't have the vernacular to understand. They're looking at girls' fridge for content. Okay, it's like beating a head horse, beating a dead horse. Okay, it definitely is. Child, but thank y'all for hanging in here with me tonight, honey. It says the LGBTQ community ain't saving us, okay? Like, we cannot try to pull that card. We're not gonna try to pull the transphobic card because you can't get on here insulting people. Like when you take it there with somebody, it's up. Like you cannot sit on here calling nobody out their name and talk. And I mean, if you cuss somebody out for no apparent reason because you don't like what they did with their life, this person was living their life, didn't bother you, when think about you. They just living their life, minding their business, and you're cussing them out and calling them all type of bitches and hoes for doing so, then hell yeah, whatever they call you is whatever they call you. Period. Okay. There's nothing good about what the trolls are in. Okay. Okay. Exactly. Don't bring God into it if you're not gonna be real. Okay. Period. Right is right and wrong is wrong. They've been screaming that transphobic word for over a year. The community ain't okay because people understand. Even people in the community understand. Because I was watching Armand Wiggins and he was he's gay. He's a gay black man, and it was a situation where I think it was the Nikita Dragon situation or whatever. She got into it with somebody and they misgendered her or whatever, and he said it best. You know, yes, we understand that, everyone, no matter what your gender is, no matter what you identify as, you deserve respect and you deserve to be identified as what you want to be identified as. But you cannot tell people how to get into it and get to arguing. Once you take it there with someone, once you start insulting someone, once you start degrading someone, then if they come back and clap back at you and misgender you or call you whatever, that it is what it is, because you're going there with them. You don't get to be nasty, mean, dirty, and low down and be like, oh, well, I'm trans, so you cannot call me a name. No, that's not how it works. If you don't want people to disrespect you, don't disrespect them. That's just simple, period. And that goes for anybody, man, woman, cat, dog. Respect is a dog deserves respect. But anyways, you guys, but thank you all for hanging in there. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you all for chopping it up with me and talking to me. So I will see you all in my next video, honey, and we're gonna see where this goes. We're gonna see how this unfolds, but it's a whole lot of, and baby, child, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. The child, child. And some people are never gonna understand it, and that is okay. But I'm in conclusion, I just want people to understand that this situation was not one sided. This situation had two sides. Two people played a part in the situation. Two people contributed to how it turned out. So can we please just stop talking about one side of it? If you all can engage in dragging this girl when she buy a house, and talking about her when she get her hair done, and talking about everything that she do, and talking about every single gesture she makes, then don't be over it when she wants to talk about it. Period. But I will see you all in my next video. Thank you all for enjoying joining my live, talking with me tonight, hanging in here. And don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to turn those post notifications on. Don't forget to comment and continue to support me. I love you all. And I will see you all in my next video. Love y'all. Peace out.